say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, race fans, welcome to DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown here series, the Arca series here from Watkins Glen Speedway. Alongside Craig Burns, this is Michael Sheffield up in the booth, bringing you some road course racing here tonight. How do you feel about Watkins Glen coming in, Craig?
Watkins Glen is going to be such a tough track. Sheffield, after seeing last week's winner, Justin Malarkey, pit on lap 7. Stretching it out. I'm excited to see what kind of strategy goes into play, as these guys are going to have to pit one time. But yeah, we're upstate New York as they're about to go qualifying here to see who's going to lay down the fastest lap. As William Hartman took practice away with a 1.14.46. So I'm excited to see what kind of lap time he's looking at.
Yeah, we're waiting for these guys to get in to start qualifying here, waiting to see some people come out on the track. Looks like we're going to have 35 laps here tonight in the Arca series, and this is the first race of a doubleheader here tonight. You're going to have trucks 45, I believe it's 45 laps here tonight. As we see now, Justin Malarkey is out on the track.
Yeah, Justin Malarkey did such a good job last week on the strategy, on the pit call. The crew really paid off there, as he kind of got a little lucky break, Sheffield, for not seeing a caution. So that's just how it goes sometimes. Better be lucky than good here, but tonight you're going to have to be more than lucky as you're battling this long road course here of Watkins Glen.
Yeah, Watkins Glen is a challenging course here. You know, it's so easy, as you mentioned, with the tire wear and all going on all throughout the course of the race, to simply overdrive a corner or two, and it's just a challenge to come in, and these guys have put a lot of laps in practice here to know how to adjust the car, how to tune it in, and know what to expect, I guess you could say, as the run goes on, Craig.
Yeah, the challenging part's going to be at the start of the race when they're coming down turn number 1, a heavy braking zone. But after that, you're going to have to race the track all night long and stay on course. You have to race the track before the person beside you, but still leave that room and have the respect around drivers. And, you know, we're going to see some road course ringers out here, but don't count some of these guys out. Like Clinton Sneed, he was feeling confident, putting in practice during the week. And then Josh Clemens, he's up on the board right now in the number 33. He's one to watch out for too. So I'm excited, Sheffield. It's going to be a fun 30 laps here in the Arca cars.
Yeah, it's going to be a great, I believe, 30 laps here. Yeah, as you mentioned, we're watching Justin Malarkey on track. Josh Clemens is out on track right now. Looks like Kevin Winker is out. Johnny Barker, Cody Dorsey, and Clinton Sneed are all out on track.
Five-minute qualifying. It's going to be pretty tough for these cars to get around the track, Sheffield. You have to be pretty much perfect if you're going to be laying down a time here. under 5 minutes. So these guys are going to have to really go out there and wheel it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's going to be a tough task here, especially if you wait, too long here tonight to lay down any times. Then you may have some guys that just decide they want to start in the back of the field. We've seen that before.
Right now we're looking at Clinton Sneed, and he's coming down what I like to call the back straightaway. He's going to get up to third gear, and then it's going to be a heavy braking zone. Going to drop it back down to second, roll through the corner. You got to stay away from the rumble strips all night long, as there's a sand trap back there too, Sheffield, that you have to avoid all night long.
Yeah, that sand trap will come into play, possibly, as we mentioned, just missing your braking zone slightly, or just, as a tire heat up, as right now, it looks like Clint Sneed is going to be sitting at the top of the board with 115.36. So great run for him so far here in qualifying. Take a look now, see Johnny Barker's out on track as well, Craig.
Johnny Barker coming up the hill. You have to stay away from the rumble strips down there, and this is going to be the fastest point of the track, because you're going to go all the way up to fourth gear, then a heavy braking zone right before the bus stop. He's going to get on the brakes and roll through the bus stop, one of my favorite parts here of Watkins Glen, and you're smooth sailing through the carousel.
Yeah, it's just getting a rhythm around this track is so key here to setting yourself up, for a good night. And as we mentioned here, there's usually it's only going to be local cautions only, so you should see no full course cautions here tonight.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. Usually every track we go to, there is a caution. You have a little break in action, a little catch your breath. Not tonight, Sheffield. You're going to be battling the track all night long, no cautions, and then you have to execute a pit stop and then save those tires. These guys only have 2 sets of tires, no quick fix tonight. A lot of strategy is going to be in the air here for these DeltaCam.com Thursday night Throwdown drivers.
Yeah, looking at the board right now, I'm only seeing, looks like 6 cars attempting to put down a time so far. Looks like we're gonna have about, I want to say 12 or 13 cars here tonight to take the green flag here. So some guys probably, like I said, electing to stay in the back there. Looks like qualifying is now come to an end. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with your starting grid.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
All right, race fans, welcome back here to Watkins Glen Speedway. We're going to take a look here at your starting grid here for tonight's 30-lap race in the Arca series. Your pole sitter here tonight is Clinton Sneed in the number 49 machine. Second is Justin Malarkey. Third will be Josh Clemens. Fourth is Kevin Winker. Fifth is Johnny Barker. Sixth is Rodney Griffin.
Starting 7th, the number 75 is Brian Skidmore. Going off 8th, and the number 78 is TJ DeBlasi. Starting 9th is Cody Dorsey, the number 84. 10th is going to be Curtis Rogers, in the number 9. 11th is Diane Lyons. 12th, Marcus Schaffen. And round out your field is going to be the number 67 of William Hartman.
As these guys get ready to take the initial pace lap here before we start this green flag, I want to take the time and thank everybody for tuning in. Exciting course as always, Watkins Glen. I know it's going to be a handful in these cars, especially in this section right here, climbing this uphill portion. It's very instrumental being able to get as much speed as you can through that area. And these cars, tend to be a little loose, especially climbing the top of that hill, Craig.
Yeah, the Arca cars are always going to be loose. no matter what track you drive on. That's a great point. Coming up the hill, it's a rhythm section. Then you come down this straightaway. It's the highest speed of the whole track is a heavy braking zone. They have markers on the left-hand side that they judge by, and then you come down to the bus stop. This is going to be a trouble spot for some people as they're going to be side-by-side, give and take early on, Sheffield.
Yeah, the bus stop is going to be so critical here tonight. As you mentioned, just getting a good entry. You don't want to hit too much of the rumble strip there, as it will disrupt the car. Just knowing how much of the rumble strip you're going to be able to use here and where you're going to be able to utilize it. You want to use as much as the track as you can, especially on a road course. But there are limits. Fortunately, here we don't have the giant turtles like we see at Daytona. But it's still, a lot of these road courses are a tough challenge amongst themselves. And you see, especially with this series here that these guys run with this different schedule, you're going to see drivers of different types. Some good road course drivers, some great short track drivers, some good super speedway drivers. And that's one thing I love about this schedule is they mix it up so well here, Craig. Is pace car should be pulling off here, and Clinton Sneed will take us to the green flag.
iRacing.com pace car making his way down pit road. Clinton Sneed and Justin Malarkey going to lead the field down to the green flag. We're going green here at Watkins Glen, New York, as they come down into turn number 1.
Clinton Sneed's going to lead them down to turn number 1. 33 machine there of Josh Clemens. Great charge there. Kind of just got a little too much of it. Sneed able to get around the corner and maintain the lead here. He's going to have first right now. Justin Malarkey will be running second. Third will be Joshua Clemens here. Good charge there by the 33. Just unable to hold it there on the first turn.
Joshua Clemens, a big drive down on turn number 1. He's going to fall back to P3. Just a little overdrive. As now they're going through the gearboxes down the back straightaway. All single file so far as Clinton Sneed makes his way into the bus stop.
Clinton Sneed with a great jump out here so far. He's got a 2-second gap right now. Just a great move there through turn 1 and 2. Just maintained his cool, kept his momentum, hit his marks, and is just taken off here so far on this first lap of 30 here.
Clinton Sneed out to a big lead, and then you have Justin Malarkey and Sheffield. Like we said earlier on the top of the hour, you have to worry about your tires. You only get 2 sets tonight in the Arca series. You can't go out there, burn them up. You slide them into a corner, into a braking zone. That's going to affect your run all night long.
Yeah, sliding in the braking zone is mentioned. One thing you mentioned, and also the first time you slide these tires, that's going to affect, as you said, that tire set is going to be harder and harder and harder to drive lap after lap here. When you slide those tires and create that slick spot, it's just going to make your night longer. And these guys will have one extra set. I'm curious to see when they elect to come down and take them.
If I were to guess, I'm going to call it the Dirty 30, split it at 15. It seems logical for me as a racer, but maybe these guys think otherwise. You can short pit it now. An undercut here at the road course, you can make up a lot of time with an undercut here. We talk about the undercut every week. Maybe some guys are electing to come down a lap, maybe 11, 12 to gain more time.
Yeah, as you mentioned, probably possibly, undercut, maybe an upset here. But Clinton Sneed has jumped out to a huge lead already here. A good 3.5 seconds and still gaining here. So I'm wondering if this is just a strategy, of a pace strategy on the rest of the field to just, let's just try to, set an average lap and have an idea of what they want to run here. As Clinton Sneed ran a 1:15.44 that time by Justin Malarkey ran a 1:17.34. So, great pace set here early by Clinton Sneed.
A lot of racing still left to be done here at Watkins Glen as we're on lap 3 out of 30. Clinton Sneed, like you said, out to that 5-second lead, and it can grow in a hurry here at Watkins Glen because you can gain so much time in so many different areas as he's rolling through the bus stop right now. Great job. He just has to maintain here, Sheffield, and he's looking pretty good early.
Yeah, just as we mentioned earlier, just got to hit those marks. So let's take a look now. So we mentioned Justin Malarkey now running in second there. It's got Josh Clemens who made that early charge there on lap 1. down in the turn one, sitting in third right behind him. Kevin Winker is going to be a fourth place driver right now in that 42 machine. Going back to fifth is Rodney Griffin. He's won up one spot here since the drop of the green flag. Sixth is going to be Cody Dorsey as they run in the 84 machine. Seventh will be Brian Skidmore in the number 75. Eighth is Donnie Lyons in the number 79. Ninth is Curtis Rogers in the number 9 machine. And right at the top 10 will be Johnny Barker in the number 6. So as you can see, cars are already spread out pretty good distance here, Craig, from the leader.
Yeah, a lot of people right now really testing their limits. You really got to find that feel, a race trim kind of feel. But I'll tell you what, man, Clinton Snead is putting on a clinic early here on lap 4. He's just driving the heck out of that Arca machine. Number 49, simracerhub.com car, as we're still got a lot of racing, like I said, left, Sheffield.
Yeah, still a lot of racing left to do here. To keep looking through the field here. Everybody's pretty much running the same order right now. But as you mentioned, you know, that simracerhub.com Arca machine of Clinton Snead now just setting a blistering pace right now with a 115.40 last time by. Yeah, so these guys, you can tell the amount of time this, definitely Clinton Snead's put into the sim this week.
Practice is crucial when it comes to the road course, Sheffield. Everyone knows that you have to get out there, get some seat time. You can't go in there cold feet. Right now we're watching them climb the hill. And road course racing, in my perspective, is it can go sideways in a hurry. You can have that 10-second lead and hit a rumble strip, get a little loose, catch a little piece of grass in a braking zone, and your night could go from checkers to wreckers.
Yeah, that's the problem. Personally, I love road course racing, but it just a bad habit. It just make one corner, drive it a little harder because you want to make up that little bit of time, and you drive it just another extra 2 feet too far, and you're off course or into the wall or into a tire barrier there. Watkins Glen is a course that is definitely challenging, especially over a long run, as those tires get worn. As we mentioned earlier, they're going to start backing those corners up. Turn 1 is definitely one of the easiest turns on this track to overdrive. Just judging your braking zone and your turn-in zone is, you see there is quite a bit of progressive banking from the outside to the inside there, and just getting that good run off is instrumental. Getting yourself set on turn 2 to run up this hill here. And as I mentioned, those cars on that left-hand turn, just getting set for this slight right coming this straightaway is a challenge amongst itself, not to mention the next braking zone coming up.
The highest speed part of the track, a big braking zone, rolling through the bus stop. It's such a talent these drivers have that can just really gas it through there, make their car rotate through the bus stop. It's almost at all what these guys can do. As right now we have Justin Malarkey and Josh Clemens kind of battling out for second. Josh Clemens might be setting up Justin Malarkey here, Sheffield.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on this battle here. They've been running pretty close here together since the drop of the green flag here. So we'll have to keep an eye on this battle as it heats up. You see Josh Clemens diving a little bit of inside here, coming through turn 6, but not able to close the deal. They're running a little different lines to these corners, and that's one thing that we may notice here as the run goes on here tonight, is we're now 6 laps into this race.
Yeah, you mentioned running different lines, and there's also different braking zones I'm seeing in turn number 1. Someone might drive it in a little bit deeper than someone else, and that's a spot where you can gain time. So right now they're battling uphill as Justin Malarkey looks like he's holding off third spot pretty good.
Yeah, Justin Malarkey is pretty well doing a good job holding that second position there. You'll see it looks like they close in certain parts of the track and tighten up there in certain parts of the track, and then Malarkey will pull away just a little bit in the initial portion here. So as we mentioned, you may see that gap open or close depending on how the run goes on. And as you mentioned earlier, pit stops getting on and off pit road here when they decide to take that extra set of tires.
Yeah, when the pit is going to be very crucial. If I'm Justin Malarkey, maybe Josh Clemens, I'm thinking I'm going to undercut by a little. Hopefully I get down pit road before Clinton Sneed, as he's out to 13-second lead over 2 and 3 of Justin Malarkey and Josh Clemens. And then you have Kevin Winker back in 4th and Rodney Griffin in 5th. So these guys are well spread out here, but still out racing, and anything can happen, Sheffield.
Yeah, it's still early in the running. As we mentioned, you still got 23 laps around this track here. Looking at the times now and looking at the battles, the closest battle is what we just were talking about, the battle for second here between Justin Malarkey and Josh Clemens. The other battle that I see may be heating up here will be between Cody Dorsey and Brian Skidmore in the 75 machine as time goes on. Between 5th and about 7th, there's a difference of about a total of 5 seconds there between the three trucks. Between the three cars here. That's pretty much your top two battles as far as close on the track. Go back and take a look at that battle still for second right now, as the gap is about remain the same. As the leader, Clinton Sneed, is just a gap now of 13.7 seconds, so he's just driving away right now.
Clinton Sneed is really checked out into a different area code over Justin Malarkey, Joshua Clemens, and the rest of the field. And right now, Malarkey's trying to make a little move on Josh Clemens. He's trying to get away. But Josh still pestering him there. He's still in tow as they come up the hill. I think Josh is really waiting for a little mistake out of Justin Malarkey.
Yeah, could be just sitting there, racing his pace. That's one thing you see at Watkins Glen. You could see a guy run off course. You take that position, and that guy could be running behind you for the next rest of the race, and then you just got to make the mental note that you don't want to make any slip ups yourself and give him a chance to close that gap. As with Clinton this far out front, he can pretty much just pace himself the rest of the race so far, unless somebody starts making some major cuts in the time here. As long as he has a good mistake free here night, he should be set here. As his lap times are about 1:16, almost 1:17 last time by. Second place was a 1:17.7. Third was a 1:18.04. Just looking back through and looking at the times, looks like Brian Skidmore was a little bit faster last time by than a couple cars in front of him here. So he might be making up some track gain here as you see him closing in on the number 84 machine right now.
Brian Skidmore is closing in a hurry on Cody Dorsey, the number 84. He's working that machine pretty good as they come down the front straightaway to take 21 laps to go. A lot of catching up still to do for the 75 Brian Skidmore. But right now he's working on P6.
Yeah, it looks like he's found his pace here, or got his tires warmed up, maybe play with his brake bias. That's something else that these guys have adjustability in the car that they can adjust as the run goes on, and he may find a setting that he likes now and is able to start cutting away that time towards the front.
A high-speed battle going on right now, but as we go back up front to Clinton Sneed, the clinic is still rolling. 20 laps to go. It's the big braking zone in turn number 1, and now he's going to climb the hill. He's up to a 15-second lead now, Sheffield, and that number keeps growing by the second.
Yeah, the number is growing by the second, but looking at the lap times, his lap times, he's still faster than the guys behind him. But I'm noticing a little bit more lap time fall off for his car versus the other guys, and this may be by design or strategy for those guys running, second, third, or fourth, or maybe Clinton is just, I don't have to push that car that hard right now. I've got this huge gap. Let me just pace myself to maintain my gap here, and I'll be good to go.
Joshua Clemens makes the move right before the bus stop to pass Justin Malarkey. A well-executed move as Josh Clemens moves up to P2, and now he's going to try to track down Clinton Snead for P1.
He's going to make a charge to the front, and looking at the times again, this battle right here is heating up between Rodney Griffin, Cody Dorsey, and Brian Skidmore. These cars have closed into each other. There's only less than about a second gap now between these three, as Rodney Griffin is your fifth place runner right now, getting challenged for sixth by Cody Dorsey, and Brian Skidmore coming in the picture, trying to make his charge up to these other two as well.
A three-car battle through the carousel. They're coming down that little side straight into turn number 6. It's going to be a heavy braking zone. Right now, Rodney Griffin still holding off Cody Dorsey. As we've seen the difference in braking zones there is right now we have the 97 machine going around. Little bit of an overdrive for the 97. Cody Dorsey gets through it. So does Brian Skidmore. Tough break for the number 97 of Rodney Griffin. As right now we see Cody Dorsey, he scaved through that one. It happened so fast in front of you. You have the cars coming up behind you. Just a little wheel hop gets the car just a little upset. Is that what we saw there with Rodney Griffin? As they climb the hill, and Cody Dorsey right now really pulling on Brian Skidmore, making his way down the back straightaway here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, it just looked like maybe Rodney got a little bit of the right tires off the rumble strip as we see the 84 machine now into the wall at the bus stop. Trouble there, turned it in maybe just a hair too early. That's going to move Brian Skidmore up to the fifth position here. As it looked like Cody Dorsey just maybe missed the braking zone just a little bit and got that right front into that wall there.
Sheffield, it happens so quick, and it can turn sideways in a hurry. And sometimes I like to go back to what I've learned from a good road course friend of mine, that slow is fast. Sometimes you just have to slow it down. I'll tell you who's not slowing down, and that's Clinton Snead. He's still out there cruising along, chucking away these laps here in the 49.
Yeah, his lap times have been, pretty consistent here. And now he's a 1:17.26 to a 1:17.59 for second, which is now occupied by Josh Clemens. We saw that battle earlier between him and Malarkey. Clemens was able to take the spot. Kevin Winker still, he's kind of in between these two big battles we were just talking about. He's sitting pretty comfortable right now in the fourth position. He's about 28 seconds right now behind Malarkey in third, and about 12 seconds ahead of Skidmore right now. So he's got pretty much free track, open track in front of him and behind him. As we mentioned, Brian Skidmore is now up to the fifth position. We saw his charge over the last 3 or 4 laps as we're down to 17 to go, almost halfway through this race here. So I'm interested to see what he's going to be able to put on for the rest of this race, as he's seemed to find a good pace here. And that runs out your top 5.
6 to Cody Dorsey. We saw him in the 84 just slide it a little bit before the bus stop. It's so easy to do. It doesn't look like he has too much damage though with the 84. Maybe he's going to come down pit road to assess the damage here for his pit stop here in a couple laps. I'm expecting these guys to come down in, I would say, 1 or 2 laps, Sheffield.
Yeah, I would say if they're going to do the halfway there strategy here, they will be coming down in a lap to 2 laps here, as we'll be going to 16 to go when Clinton Snead crosses the line this time by. So far, a great race here tonight. Nothing less than what I expected. And as we mentioned, this is the first of the doubleheader here tonight, and DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown series that we have here on the Evolution Racing Network. with the Arca series, followed up by the truck series afterwards. And they mentioned this is 30 laps. The truck guys are going to be running 45 around here. So you'll see, I believe, two different strategies here tonight. I believe they'll have two sets of tires, Craig.
Sheffield, and these guys that are doing double duty here at the Glen, that is a lot. That is a lot of driving for these guys, but they're used to it. A lot of them do double duty. Me personally, my left ankle would get a little sore with the braking zones, but these guys are tough out here. As right now, Clinton Sneed's working on that number 97 to maybe put him a lap down after we seen Rodney Griffin almost lose it there coming out of turn number 6.
Yeah, right. Almost lost it there out of number 6. Looking through right now, it's curious, with the battle here. Malarkey has taken back to second spot now from Joshua Clemens. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But it looked like he was able to recapture. So he was able to run behind him. Just waited for an opportunity to make the run back again. And he was able to get back around that 33 machine of Clemens.
Diane's bringing Cody Dorsey bringing the 84 machine down pit road. He's one of our first guys to enter pit road. So maybe he's assessing the damage right now. But yeah, Malarkey back to second. Maybe a little hiccup with Joshua Clemens. But still out front, Clinton Sneed. He is cruising away with a 20-second lead.
Yeah, he's, just as you said, hitting his marks. Seems like he's just got a time an ideal time range that he wants to run around this track, and so far he's done a great job of executing it so far. Malarkey was, lost that battle for second earlier, was able to maintain his speed there and take back over that second position. Joshua Clemens, once again, we saw that early charge, on the initial start here, is now running P3, was able to make his way up to second. Don't count any guys out, anybody out in the field here yet tonight. We still got 14 laps to go now as Clinton Sneed comes across start-finish line going into turn 1 here. So, looking at his time still, he is laying the fastest time last time by once again. So he's got his pace set.
Clinton Sneed electing to stay out. Justin Malarkey still electing to stay out. And Joshua Clemens will follow suit. He is still out on the track, so these guys aren't really splitting it halfway, but that's better on the back end of things because they're going to have less tires, they're going to have less laps to burn up those tires, so faster lap times. And if I'm the 73 now, I'm going to pit whenever the leader does.
Yeah, you're going to have to take that, pit strategy whenever the leader does. You don't want to lose any more time to the leader. So that's going to be, I think, the key strategy here. Not quite sure as to when the 49 machine is going to come down. I haven't heard any radio chatter on the radio as of yet as to when anybody's going to pit. As now we're coming now to 13 laps to go here from Watkins Glen and the Arca series. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with you for the conclusion of this race from Watkins Glen.
Folds of honor above my garage 13 years ago because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Fold of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer,
an elementary school teacher.
Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
All right, race fans, welcome back to Watkins Glen. Here as we're watching the DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown here on the Evolution Racing Network. Your leader so far in the race since lap 1, pole sitter would be Clinton Sneed here, and that number 49, simracerhub.com, Arca Chevrolet. Running second would be Justin Malarkey in the number 73 machine. Had a good battle with him and the third place runner here tonight, Joshua Clemens, earlier. Clemens was able to take the lead, take second place away for a couple laps, but Malarkey was able to battle back. Running fourth is Kevin Winker here in the number 42 machine. He's had a pretty quiet night there, running the fourth position, kind of in between a couple battles going on the track, either in front of him or behind him. And right at your top 5 right now was Brian Skidmore. We saw a charge from him a little earlier for about a good 8-lap charge. He was able to take over the 5th position. Had a couple cars get in trouble. He's going to have trouble there. Got his tires a little bit off, and it looks like he's going to slide there a little bit. So that's going to move. Donnie Lyons, I believe, will slide up to the 5th position now. Take a look at Skidmore is able to get it back going on here. So curious to see if we're going to see him come to pit road anytime soon, Craig.
Yeah, you want to come down pit road and get those tires after a little scuff up. But running 7th right now, Sheffield, Johnny Barker. He's out there in the number 6, rolling around the Sunoco Racing Fuel as he's coming down the front straightaway. In 8th, Rodney Griffin, the number 97. He's already made his pit stop, so he's good to go for the rest of the way. Running 10th is Curtis Rogers. Believe he's sitting on pit road, Sheffield, and the rest, TJ DeBlasi, William Hartman, and Marcus Chapman, they have all manually disconnected. Their nights are over. But your leader, Clinton Sneed, he still has not come down pit road. The question is when?
It's a good question as to when they're going to come down pit road here tonight. And, as we mentioned, you never can be too sure of the strategy of these guys. These guys put in a lot of laps every week, and we're just up here trying to analyze what we see and take a best guess at what we think is probably going to happen. But to anybody out there watching on YouTube, tell us who you like. What do you think is going to happen here tonight in the ARCA series and later on the truck series? If you got any thoughts out there, just let us know.
Well, Sheffield, if I'm a bet man, I'm going to take the 49. He's on cruise control right now with a 30-second lead. Just have to hit your marks. Try not to overdrive the car, Sheffield. It's so easy to do. These guys have to hit marks. Unlike an oval track or a braking zone and you have to roll the car through, make sure you don't money shift. You can't money shift the car tonight. You'll blow up and your night will be done.
Yeah, money shifting these cars tonight would be blowing up the car, or even worse, watching the rear end just turn around the car and you're in the wall or a tire barrier here. As we're watching Clinton Sneed, your leader here, make his way around the track. Now he's going to be coming with 9 to go this time by. I want to say a special thank you to all of the Thursday Night Throwdown sponsors here for the ARCA and Truck Series. The title sponsor here is Delta Cam. They've been doing camshaft work since 1977. It is a second generation veteran-owned business. They manufacture camshafts to engine rebuilders, retail sales, repair facilities. You got the high performance enthusiasts out there. They take the pride in the fact that, they have the ability to repair almost any camshaft out there. You can check them out either on Facebook under Delta Cam or their website at www.deltacam.com. I also want to give a shout out here, as you see it on Clinton Sneed's number 49 machine, the simracerhub.com. A lot of the league admins before would know the website previously known as Dan Lisa. Is your one-stop shop for all your admin needs here for our racing leagues, as far as scoring, scheduling, results, your season standings. The drive, you haven't got to be just an admin to use it. A lot of these guys will post the links there, and all the drivers are available, easy to get into and go into simracerhub.com and see their results and how they're sitting for the season, what points they need to make up. You can check them out at www.simracerhub.com. And also, shout out to Sneak Competition Designs. They specialize in web design, data analysis, and customized computer programs. They do your basic website designs for companies or any leagues or anything for your website needs. Specialize in data analysis. Anything as far as the sim goes. You need help building a setup. You can get with these guys. They'll be able to analyze your data, help you get your setup built for better drivability or reliability. And they also build customized computer programs. So pretty much a one-stop shop for all your sim racer needs, from a web design, data analysis, or even custom programs. There, you can check them out at www.sneakcompetitiondesign.com. Just want to say thanks to those guys who bring us this series each and every week. We get to see these guys run a great race week in and week out. Great competition, great respect amongst all the drivers here.
Yeah, Sheffield, that's so cool. It's a one-stop shop for all your needs in iRacing. And then going back to the Sim Racer Hub, if you're a stat guy, if you're out there just being a league driver, like you said, Sheffield, they track all your stats, all your laps completed, all your incident points that you want to hide. They track those too. So go out there, check it out, simracerhub.com. It's really cool, really neat for if you're an iRacer in the leagues.
Yeah, and we're now looking back at the battle here for second. It's been pretty tight all night long between Justin Malarkey and Josh Clemens. They're still, within a second of each other. So this could go either way for either one of these here tonight, as this has pretty much been the heavy, consistent battle all night long, Craig.
Yeah, the battle is yet to brew. As these guys still have to come down pit road, still have to execute a pit stop, as we're seeing 7 laps to go on the board. These guys are really stretching their Arca cars out as they come into the braking zone, where we've seen Joshua Clemens make up time and then also lose a little bit of it. But right now, he's still there battling 7/10 back from Justin Malarkey.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. I see a message from Gabriel Ellison there, and he pretty much summed it up. Mr. Snead is a rocket ship tonight. Clinton is a guy we've seen run week in and week out. He's always had the car, always makes a showing there, kind of later in the run. Great tire saver. We see him take the lead here tonight and just charge out to the front here. So he's definitely has a race pace. And not sure, but we usually see him in double duty here. So I'm interested to see how he's going to be in the trucks here tonight as well.
Yeah, the truck series kicks off right after the Arca series, so it's going to be a fun one. They go 45 laps here at Watkins Glen. As you see Clinton Snead right now go through the bus stop. Going to come down to the carousel in the number 49 simracer.com Chevy. As right now he's just hitting his marks. He's kind of on cruise control, Sheffield.
I just realized I made a mistake earlier, Craig. That's the 49 Sim Racer Hub Lexus, is the way Clinton Snead's got it branded there. Something we don't see a lot here in our racing. You see a lot of the different badges on the car. I can say that's the first Lexus I've seen here on track here, but he's definitely put that car out front and made it sail here tonight.
Setting sail with the Lexus. I love it. The rocket ship to the moon. He still has 5 laps to go in Sheffield. We still haven't seen these guys come down pit road. Maybe they can stretch it. Is that a dangerous game to play if you're out there in the lead as Clinton Snead is?
Yeah, it's hard to say. These guys are seeing quite a bit more information than we are. As we can always curious to see here. Let's take a quick ride around here for a lap in Watkins Glen with 5 to go with your current leader, Clinton Snead.
Clinton Snead really getting the roll through the car, getting it to rotate through the carousel as he's going to climb the gearbox down the straightaway. He'll get up to about 3rd gear, then a heavy braking zone. Downshifting. Have to hit the braking zones Really good job rolling the car through. Come back up a gear. There, it's another heavy braking zone, Sheffield, as he's coming out of turn number 7.
Yeah, coming out of turn number 7, coming across the start-finish line, it's going to be 4 to go. This part right here, coming into turn 1, is one of the most difficult parts of the track for me. It's just, you want to get it down to that bottom, but you quite don't want to hit that rumble strip. Run it wide out. Get yourself set up here for this right-hander to start climbing this hill. Angle it as far as you can out right to get this good turn left here. Great throttle control. You can hear it there in the machine here tonight as he gets loose. Oh no. And Clint Sneed has got trouble now.
Big trouble for the number 49, your race leader. Clinton Sneed is in the wall. The broadcasting curse, you see it live here as the 49 hits the rumble strips and that machine is torn up. The 49 coming down pit road next time.
Yeah, 49 is going to have some damage here. Still holding a 30-second lead right now over Malarkey here. And Clemens is another second back here. We're going to have to see how he's going to see another car there spinning a little bit in the backfield there. Imagine he's going to hit pit road here. See how much speed he's got in that car here. If he's going to be able to hold on to this thing. 4 laps to go right now. He's losing time. It's down to about a 14.5 second gap. Looks like he may be down on a little bit of power here, Craig.
Clinton Sneed coming out of turn number 6 into turn number 7. His crew is up on the wall getting ready to assess the damage of the number 49 SimRacerHub.com machine. He's going to roll it down to pit road at 73. Now, Justin Malarkey going to be looking to take the lead coming out of turn number 7. Unless he comes down pit road, he stays out. New race leader, Justin Malarkey. Justin
Malarkey is going to take the lead here as Clinton Sneed, as we mentioned a brief second ago, is going to be in the pits. Going to have to see, taking a quick look here, he's now getting stopped in his box here. That's going to put Malarkey up to first, Josh Clemens and the second. And, you know, as we just were talking about, this setup right here, coming through this corner and getting back turned right, as we said, Clinton have trouble there and get snapped right around. It's a hard part of the track, and especially with, 26, 27 laps on your tires, the difficulty level just escalates after lap after lap after lap on these tires.
We said at top of the hour that it can go sideways in a hurry, and we saw it here live on ERN Network. Right now, Justin Malarkey, he's liking what he's seeing. He's got a little bit of a lead over Josh Clemens. Now what I'm thinking, Sheffield, is how far of a lead will Clinton Sneed have if he didn't take his optional? And if that car is down on power, it's going to be a tough night for that 49.
Yeah, he was able to get some of the damage fixed there. Probably got just enough fixed there to get back going. As you can see now that his rear bumper cover looks like it's back on. Still see some damage there on the hood. I have to look at the lap time, not this time, but probably next time by, determine maybe if he's got full power here or not. But he's still maintaining that third position. He's got a gap of about 20 seconds back to Kevin Winker, who's still running that fourth position. Up front, still about a 1.5 second gap. Now, as Malarkey's opened that gap up a little bit in the last 10 laps between him and Joshua Clemens for that second position there. You see the gap close up there as they're taking a little different approaches coming into the bus stop there. So, as we mentioned earlier, when these guys are a little faster in one part of the track and Wyndham's a little faster in the other, as you know, they're both going to start pushing their cars as hard as they can, especially Joshua Clemens. And the next 2 laps is, this is going to be the white flag this time by when Malarkey takes it.
Joshua Clemens right now licking his chops, trying to chase down Justin Malarkey in the number 73. As right now, Malarkey going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go here in the DeltaCam.com Thursday night throwdown as he's going to bring it down turn number 1. And I'll tell you what, Sheffield, Joshua Clemens passed him earlier, but Justin Malarkey still holding that 1 second lead.
Yeah, he's still holding that about a 1.10 lead right now. The final lap, making that turn now into turn 2, starting to climb up the hill, coming around the corner for the backstretch here. Critical to get every bit of speed you can get out of the car, but make sure you got to hit your braking points coming in the braking zone, especially on the final lap.
Justin Malarkey leading. Josh Clemens hitting the braking zone, rolling through the bus stop for the final time. Malarkey now still leading over Josh Clemens, looking to go back-to-back here in the DeltaCam.com Thursday night throwdown. Yeah,
good win last week with pit strategy tonight. Just ran his pace. Looks like as of right now, Malarkey's got about a 0.6 of a second lead here. So Clemens is pushing here. I don't know if he's going to have enough time, as there's one corner left to go here tonight on the DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown Arca series here from Watkins Glen. And Justin Malarkey is going to bring home the checkered flag here tonight. Joshua Clemens is going to be in second. Clinton Sneed is still sitting in third right now, and looks like he's going to have about a 14-second gap here. So he should be able to bring home that third place finish here tonight. But your winner here tonight is Justin Malarkey here. Great run from him tonight. And we're going to take a quick commercial break here. And we come back, we're going to get a chance to talk to our top three finishers in tonight's race.
To build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have two options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Sneed Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
Folds of honor above my garage 13 years ago. Because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Fold of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer.
An elementary school teacher. Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
All right, race fans, welcome back to Watkins Glen here. The DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown Arca series. As we just saw the conclusion of the race, Justin Malarkey was able to come home with the victory here tonight. What were your thoughts here on the race, Greg?
It was really fun to watch these guys go out there for 30 laps. A dominating performance by Clinton Sneed. A little bit of overdrive over the hill. It happens here racing fast. It's a little frustrating, but he still comes home with a podium. So let's see if we can get a word with him, Clinton Sneed, in the number 49.
Oh, and then
Clinton Sneed, this is Craig Burns and Michael Sheffield up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Clinton, you win the SimRacerHub.com poll award. You go out there and you lead it in a dominating fashion, coming up through the hill, just getting a little loose. Tough break for the 49 crew tonight, but still coming home third. How is the car feeling out there out front?
I mean, the car was fine. You know, it was a little loose everywhere. It's kind of the setup that we have for these Arca cars. And, yeah, I was just basically trying to manage the gap and just got loose there at the top of the S's, and that was all she wrote. You know, we had a really fast Sim Racer Hub Lexus there, but you know, you got to run all the laps. So it is what it is. We'll try again next week.
Clinton's so close to that win here at Watkins Glen. You showed a dominant performance out front. It was very exciting to see. We talked about you all night long. I picked you to win, but that's a curse on me. We can talk about that in a later date. But next week we go to Chicagoland. How are you feeling there with the number 49 team?
I really like Chicago. It's a fun track, totally different than this week, obviously. So you'll have to have good speed and take care of your tires and stuff, and we'll see how it shakes out. I was really hoping to close the points gap a little bit this week and mount a charge there for the end of the season, but that didn't work out. But yeah, we'll try it again at Chicago.
We'll definitely be cheering you on again at Chicagoland. But before we let you go, Clinton Sneed, anyone you'd like to thank out there? Anyone you'd like to shout out? I love yous.
Yeah, huge thanks to you guys at Evolution Racing Network for putting this series on, Thursday Night Throwdown, presented by Delta Camshaft. As we've got a strong season going and hope to carry that on to the truck race tonight and see what we can do there. Thanks to Sim Racer Hub for sponsoring the pole award, as well as Sneed Competition Design and Freshly Picked Design Company for stepping on board this Lexus for this season. And yeah, we'll just we'll see what we can do in the truck race and hopefully not mess up like I did today.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be cheering you on tonight. We'll be rooting for you, Clinton. Good luck. Go out there. Try to go get some redemption here tonight.
Yeah, we'll try. Thanks, guys.
Well, that one stings a little bit, but, bring home a P3, as he mentioned, and we were talking about. Unfortunately, Clinton, sorry if I cursed you there with the onboard. Yeah, that's just my luck here lately. But, able to bring it home, third place, commanding lead there. I think that's happened to pretty much all of us on road course races there, Craig.
Chef, it's so frustrating. You heard it in his voice. I expect him to go out there and dominate the truck race tonight. I'm expecting lights out performance, and you know what? You make that mistake, Sheffield, you won't do it again. So, but now we're gonna go down to P number 2. Joshua Clemens in number 33. See if we can catch up a word with him.
Josh, this is Mike and Craig up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So, great run for you here tonight. We saw you charge, early there. Good battle there for second pretty much all night long. You were able to capitalize there, get second place away. How was the, you were able to get second away, and then, just you and Malarkey charging hard all night long. How was the car out there tonight?
Yeah, the car was feeling real good, especially through the second and third sector. I was losing time in the first sector to Justin, but I got him in the S's, and then I overcooked it, missed my breaking point into one, but hats off to Justin for keeping it clean, and unfortunate for Clinton, who just had an absolute rocket ship out there.
Yeah, he had a rocket ship tonight, and we were talking about in the broadcast, it's so easy, especially with the worn tires here, to just barely overshoot the corner, maybe just barely miss your braking zone, and one mistake is, fortunately you were able to pretty much maintain your momentum there and maintain your third position here. So great job for you for holding on to that and able to get it back in control there. But next week we go to Chicagoland. What are your thoughts going to Chicagoland?
Yeah, it should be a fun race. It was nice to get some good points tonight after last week's little disappointment. So hopefully we can ride the momentum and keep it going.
Well, as we mentioned, great second place finish for you here tonight. Builds you a little bit of momentum, hopefully going forward there. Right now is the point in time we give you the microphone. Let to give you any shout outs, any thank yous to any sponsor, family, or friends that are watching. The microphone's all yours, Josh.
I appreciate it. Thank you to TNT for letting us drive. Real fun again. It was fun to be on the home track. ERN, you guys do a fabulous job here. Thank you so much with that. And thank you to Sneed Competitive Designs, and thanks to my mom and dad again for watching. Love you guys, and a special thanks to my wife, the hardest working woman I know. Love you so much. Thank you for letting me do this, and thank you.
Well, Josh, great run once again. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you again here soon, maybe next week at Chicagoland. But until then, I hope you have a great night and a great rest of the week.
Hey, you too. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. That was your second place finisher there, Craig. Just as he said, just one little mistake there, and it slid from second to third. But great job for him to recover and bring it home second tonight here from Watkins Glen.
Yeah, great P2 finish there by Josh Clemens. He showed speed there with Justin Malarkey, and he was one mess up away from winning this one-shot field. But he's going to go to Chicagoland and Dover, and the following week Texas. And really, he's talked about that momentum, and it's a snowball effect. It just gets bigger and bigger and keeps rolling. But right now, your man of the hour, Justin Malarkey. Let's go down victory lane and see if we can catch a word. Justin Malarkey, this is Craig Burns and Michael Sheffield up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Craig. Hey, Michael.
Justin going back-to-back victories here at Watkins Glen. You come away with the win over Josh Clemens and Clinton Sneed. We saw you battling there with Josh Clemens for about a solid 15, 20 laps. How was the car feeling? Did you know when Josh got by you, you were just going to sit there and save tires, or did you let him make a mistake?
Well, Josh was in front of me for a little bit in the beginning there, and I was able to get back around him. He slid up down in turn one a little bit there, and I kept seeing him coming in the mirror. He would get closer, and then go a little further back, and then get closer. And I was really worried at the end because 30 some laps on these tires. Yeah, these tires were slipping and sliding. The pace dropped off like 3.5 seconds. I just made it a point, no matter what, to hit my braking zones. That was my goal tonight, not to drive too hard, just stay on track, and whatever happens happens. And it worked out. For the luck was on my side.
Yeah, Justin, you did a great job. You have to race the track, and you did a phenomenal job doing that tonight. So after celebrating this win, we're gonna go to Chicagoland next week. The following week's gonna be Dover. After that is Texas, and then Daytona. Any of those tracks stick out in mind to you?
Yeah, let's see. Daytona's just crazy. We just had Talladega, and I didn't do too well there. You never know at Daytona, and then Richmond's at the end. Chicagoland, I like. Texas, I like. Dover's really fun. It's just so fast there and so small at the same time. Yeah, the next couple races I'm excited for. I definitely prefer the ovals over the road course.
You tamed the road course tonight, Justin. Congratulations to you and the 73 team. But before we let you go tonight, any shout-outs, any thank yous you'd like to say over there? The mic's all yours.
Yeah, everyone that helps put on the show here, because they do a wonderful job. It's a really great, clean league, and that's all you can ask for. In an iRacing league, is just a ton of respect out there, so I love this league. And, I want to actually give a huge shout-out to my brother, because he chose a fantasy football draft over watching my race tonight, so when he watches this, he's going to be mad. So he better pick some Jacksonville Jaguar players, because that's my favorite team, and they're going to the Super Bowl this year.
Well, you've heard it here first, Justin. And you know what, Justin? You go out there, celebrate with your team. Have a good weekend. Have a good holiday weekend. We'll be rooting on for you next week at Chicagoland. Take care, buddy.
Thanks. You too. We'll see you.
Well, you heard it here first. He basically stated, very good point, that he just maintained his tempo, making sure he hit his points all night long. And, unfortunately for Clinton there, that one little mix-up, and, he lost that race lead, and Malarkey was able to capitalize and come home with the victory here tonight.
Yeah, Sheffield, it's such a good goal to have, to just maintain the track. Race the track as one. Bring the car home all in one piece. Justin Malarkey did a good job with that. So hats off, going back-to-back. And he's going to be pretty strong at Chicagoland next week here, Thursday. So tune in for that here. It's going to be live on ERN Thursday night. But Sheffield, let's go over the grid, your final order.
Final results here tonight for DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown Arca Series here from Watkins Glen. Justin Malarkey is your race winner. Second is Josh Clemens. Third is Clinton Sneed. Fourth would be Kevin Winker. Finishing fifth will be Donnie Lyons. Finishing sixth will be Brian Skidmore in the number 75.
Coming home seventh, the number 6 is Johnny Barker. Eighth is going to be Rodney Griffin, the number 97. Ninth, Cody Dorsey, the number 84. Curtis Rogers rounds out your top 10, the number 9. Coming home in 11th is 78, TJ DeBlasi. 12th is William Hartman. And rounding out your field tonight at Watkins Glen, Marcus Chafin in the number 18.
I want to thank everybody, for tuning in to us tonight, watching the Arca series here. Just a reminder, we have the truck series coming up, starting green flag time is 9:30 here. So we'll be back live here in about 25-30 minutes. So I want to thank everybody once again for watching, and look forward to catching you in a very short time here for the truck series run here tonight at Watkins Glen.